to see if we're live. Here on YouTube, we'll test the audio. Alright, y'all can hear me? Perfect, fantastic. So we got a bit of a situation for north central Minnesota, where there is a winter storm warning in effect for a good portion of north central Minnesota. And we're basically going to break down the system as it's happening and let you guys know about the approximate snow totals for certain areas. We've all heard. We've all heard so many different things, and yeah, we're just gonna go ahead, do that, and well, anyways, if you're new, be sure you like the stream, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. We do this stuff all the time in the winter, summer. We do all sorts of severe weather breakdowns for you guys live over here on YouTube. And I do stream live on Twitch during 19 on Twitch. Okay, so the first bit of snow has entered the I-94 corridor here in Minnesota in Alexandria down to Sauk Center. You got Pelican Rapids, Detroit Lakes, all this south of US Highway 2 is where the most amount of snow is occurring. But as you can see, this system is starting to progress even more. So we're here in North Dakota. Let me give you the cities that are involved in this snowstorm here. In North Dakota, you got Bismarck, you got Jamestown, which you folks in Jamestown are about to get the heaviest part of the snow system here along this I-94 corridor. From Jamestown, Valley City, you folks up in Grand Forks are going to be getting it within the next couple of hours. This is a very slow moving system. If I move this along, as you can see, it's a very slow moving system. Around 9:15 for you folks in Grand Forks, Minnesota. And for you folks in Fargo, North Dakota. Whoa, if my radar comes back to me. You guys should be getting that right now. I'm gonna reload this time frame here. Let's reload the time frame because for some reason he just loves to not be on time with anything. So we are going to go ahead. We are going to reload it, show you guys the areas that are going to be hit the hardest by this snow system. With that being said, this system is just north of Pierre, South Dakota. It is some pretty heavy snow. Kind of, it almost appears, yeah, just to the east of Pierre. And then again, this whole I-94 corridor, Bismarck, Steele, Jamestown, Valley City, I do not know how you pronounce that. And Fargo, all in North Dakota. Grand Forks, Minnesota. Or Grand Forks, North Dakota. East Grand Forks in Minnesota. This big line of heavy snow is going to be riding this I-94 corridor again, hitting cities such as Jamestown, College Town, is going to get dumped with the snow. If we move this along, I mean, you can see it just continues to build as it's getting ready to enter the state of Minnesota. And in fact, let's get it to about 8:55. This is about just about the current time. So the heaviest band should have just left Bismarck. Bismarck, you guys will be not out of the clear yet. We got all this stuff coming in from Montana behind it. So they'll be switching over to snow, all behind the system. And as we get to the winter storm warning areas, there's actually some lake effect snow happening with this in Sebeka, Monaga, just in Wadena County in general in Minnesota. And then in Morrison, in Little Falls, Belle Perry, Fort Ripley, heading into the East Gull Lake area, into the Crow County, Cass County area. This is going to affect cities like Pine River. Where is it? Why is Pine River showing? Pine River, Bacchus, Hackensack. Pretty much the entire county of Cass County is in a winter storm warning, which was not just issued. It was issued a while ago. So this is where we've had some big time tornadoes. It was in the Cass Crow County area here this last summer, and now we're getting this big time snow system. And again, 8:55. This is the current time about now. Jamestown, be on the lookout. Valley City, be on the lookout. This thing is going to start packing a punch probably within the next hour or so. You guys, Jamestown, Valley City, Steele is getting it now. This thing will be heading, like I said, it's going to be riding that I-94 corridor. Again, some pretty heavy stuff to the north of the I-94 corridor. Coming up on about Highway 2. It's pretty much the heaviest stuff is going to stay south of Highway 2. The 6 to 10 inch range to the 4 to 10 inch range. For you folks in Cass County and Crow County, Minnesota, I would say about 8, maybe 10 inches of snow. It's all going to depend on what these guys are getting right here on the I-94 corridor. It is going to depend on what's happening there. Fargo, you have just entered the snow system probably about a few minutes ago. For Fargo, North Dakota, I can't pronounce that town. Valley City, Jamestown, Steele. The heaviest is coming, and it's on the back side of the system. But as the system builds, the heaviest, as it comes into Minnesota, starts kind of creeping up into the middle of the snow system, which is going to create a lot of problems on the roads. We're talking slick roads, very, very slick. Again, we got a winter storm warning that is in effect. I actually wonder if I can pull that up here at the SPC, the Storm Protection Center. Let's see if we can't pull up these warnings. Okay, so there's your system. Right there. That is your system of snow. It's got a pretty heavy area. I can't actually, for some reason, I can't pull up that area there. We're just gonna head on to Twitter or X. I'm sorry. Pull up the National Weather Service here in Duluth. I'm not gonna log in. Okay, we're gonna view the post. Here's the area. This is brand new. You got winter weather advisories. You got winter storm warnings. The winter storm warning is for South Cass County, by the way. North Cass County, that is a winter weather advisory, 2 to 6 inches, but 6 to 8 in these winter storm warning areas are possible. There's going to be some heavy snow for the Brainerd Lakes towards Hinckley and northwest Wisconsin. Local higher amounts around the Twin Ports, North Shore, Bayfield Peninsula. Light and fluffy snow. This is... Oh yeah, we're going to get upwards of 6, maybe 8 inches of snow here. 6 to 8 possible from the Brainerd Lakes to the I-35 corridor into northeast Wisconsin and near Lake Superior, in there just the right amount shore that they could get close to a foot of snow. And that's a pretty big area that could see close to a foot of snow. We haven't seen this. This is just from one system. We do have another photo. Here's for you folks out in the Twin Ports in Duluth. You guys are looking for localized of 8 plus. You see 5 to 8, 5 to 9 in Duluth. On here is your approximate times in Brainerd. It can start from 12 a.m. You can look at this. Wow, Duluth. Heavy snowfall from 4 to 2 tomorrow morning and afternoon. And then it starts kind of letting up at around 9-ish. 3 a.m. to 6 around the I-35 corridor. Half an inch to an inch per hour. Alright? Half an inch to an inch per hour. For those of us who have already seen an inch of snow this morning, this is only going to pile on top of that inch of snow, and it's going to get cold tonight. Very, very cold tonight, actually. We are looking at... This is 5 hours ago. We are actually going to get fairly cold tonight. I think lows are going to be around the single digits. So any of the snow that happens late tonight is just going to freeze over immensely. So with that being said, I mean, just be on the lookout. This system is going to pack its punch here. And it's going to be nasty. Again, I'm going to show you guys the areas of concern right now. I'm going to reload the page to get a fresh radar scan update of the snowstorm. For you folks, again, you folks in Jamestown. Hold on, I got to get to about 9 o'clock. Come on, just move one interval. 9:05 is fine. You folks in Jamestown, Valley City, and eastern North Dakota are about to get hit with the heaviest bands of snow. It is riding this I-44 corridor between Bismarck, Jamestown, and Valley City, heading into Fargo. It is going to get rough here in a minute, maybe about less than half an hour. For you folks in Jamestown, Valley City. For Fargo, you guys probably got about another hour or so before the system starts to grow. And it's growing pretty quickly, which is why they were earlier less confident on the snow totals. But now they're more confident that places where I'm at could get upwards to 8 to 10 inches locally. And that is pretty, what did they say, 6 to 8? What was it? Yeah, 6 to 8, maybe 10 inches. That is in these yellow shaded areas that could see that snow from 6 p.m., which in North Dakota is about the time the system started, to about 6 a.m. Friday morning. These are your snowfall totals. Again, Brainerd Lakes area, we are going to take the brunt of this snowstorm. could see 10 inches, 6 to 8 plus. We could see close to a foot of snow in some areas. It is not something that you'd want to be out and about in. This is something that you want to avoid for sure. Again, cities in North Dakota along the I-94 corridor are about to see that heaviest snow. As you can see, it actually starts building this band of really heavy snow, starting to build little pockets of really heavy snow. And again, these pockets they're affecting steel now. The first pocket of heavy snow is going to be coming into Jamestown in North Dakota, in Valley City in North Dakota, in Fargo in North Dakota. Jamestown, Valley City, we guys probably got about till 9:30 before this thing hits you. Even more than what it is now. It is snowing pretty good out there right now. But as you get in to the evening hours, once it comes here into Minnesota, it is going to start packing more of a punch. This thing grows immensely and intensifies immensely. And that was kind of the fear that we've had going into today, was how was the system going to build. And we are pretty confident that the Brain Lakes area, we are going to see close to 8 plus inches of snow. That does not include the localized area. So, for those who live here, please stay tuned. And be careful on those roads tomorrow. If you have to go anywhere, drive slowly. These roads are not going to be safe at all to drive on. I don't know what they're doing with the plows yet. I've seen a few where I work. I didn't really talk to them about what's happening really tomorrow, other than we know that it is going to be a very, very bad day. Wind could be a factor, hence the winter weather advisory in northern Minnesota. Wind could be a factor here. And I'll show you. Wind could be a factor for this winter storm warning. Oh yeah. So wind could definitely be a factor to this winter storm warning. I'm not sure how much wind is going to be a factor here, but for you folks in North Dakota, wind is an extreme factor right now. North Dakota, for those who don't know, is definitely mostly wide open, and that's going to cause some blowing, drifting snow, especially along that I-94 corridor. So if you're traveling along the I-94 from Bismarck, Jamestown, Valley City, and Fargo, you guys need to drive careful. And tomorrow morning, if you're in the Brain Lakes area or you're driving on the I-35 corridor from, let me look at my map here. The I-35 corridor here in the Twin Cities, be careful. The I-94 corridor, Fergus Falls, St. Cloud, in the US 10 and Highway 371 sections, US 10 Little Falls, Highway 371, and Brainerd, Nisswa, Pine River, Jenkins, even those folks up in Bemidji on the US 2 corridor, in the I-35 corridor in Duluth, intercepting US Highway 2 and US Highway 53. Need to drive careful tomorrow. The system, again, it's no joke. Anyways, I think that is about the end of our live briefing. Again, we do these for every snowstorm, severe thunderstorm outbreak, tornado outbreak. We do these for all of these stuff. And when it comes time to hurricanes, during hurricane season, we also do these as well. At least next year, I'm going to start breaking down hurricanes live. and tropical storms. So, subscribe for extreme weather, live briefing in the summer. Subscribe for some epic storm chases. We chase tornadoes here in the summer. And again, I play, if you want to see me play video games live, and sometimes I'll upload them on the channel, or my reactions on my channel, then go over to twitch.tv/DarrenWin and give me a follow there. I think that's going to do it, guys. Have a good evening. And if you're in the area of the snowstorm, drive careful. Anyways, we're going to end it now.